Alrighty, so I wanted to test out Green Freyja in Nidhoggr today because I think that's one of the biggest questions people have is this character actually going to be good for Nidhoggr? And I think the answer is kind of, because she does work, but you basically want to use her on the Goddess team, because if you're unaware, this Freyja's passive is in PvP only, whereas the red Freyja actually does get bonus stats and stuff like that by being on a team with Ragnarok characters. So in this scenario, she's actually getting to use her passive, and you can use her Holy Relic, but in... if I just slotted her directly into this team, she doesn't have a passive at all. She does have a Holy Relic, but she's obviously not going to be as good. So, from my understanding, you want to use her on the Angel team, which is a bit interesting, I guess. I'm going to use Mael because I assume people are probably going to be using Mael. I typically end up going with more of a Tarmiel setup instead and not having Mael on the team, but I guess it just depends on what your account sort of has, because my Mael is only 4/6, which means that I can't apply grade debuffs to the enemy, which is a bit of, a bad thing. So we're just going to set the team up really quickly right here. I'll probably swap over to the dogs set, since we are using mono race technically because of Freyja's Holy Relic giving her Goddess race. But let me set up the links and everything on here. We're going to be using probably very normal gear. I'm going to probably switch my L over to attack crit. And then, yeah, I'll be right back. I'll try to show everything once I get it all taken care of, though. Okay, so this is the setup that I'm going to end up going with. I know that I said I was going to use my L, but honestly, I think I'll have a lot better time if I have Tarmiel tank anyway, like I'm used to. If you're wanting to know, I have him on the triple defense set that I normally keep on my blue Tarmiel. That way he's got the lowest HP stats. That way he's the one getting targeted most of the time. We also have melee link on him with attack crit, so that way we're not giving him too many HP stats or anything like that. But we have Freyja on attack crit. I'm assuming because she has double single target and both of her, single target cards are pretty good, we should hopefully be able to rely on her for damage. We once we get sort of passives and stuff like that built up with Margaret, typically this team starts to do a lot of damage. Like, Freyja does really good damage on this team somehow. So, yeah, we'll see how that goes, but everybody else is on HP defense with HP defense links. And, yeah, like I said, I'm on the dogs card set. So, let's hop into floor 1 and see how it goes. I don't think I'm going to be able to beat all 3 floors, just because I don't even use the Goddess team anymore. But who knows? Maybe this team is, like, insane, and I'll at least try to beat floor 2. Okay, so starting off here, I think we're going to throw off the Tarmiel card. Maybe go ahead and get rid of some of these, and then we'll just throw the Pierce card out. Now that Nidhoggr has been a little bit nerfed, we can just try to maybe prioritize getting any level 3 attack card and trying to take down the whole gauge at the end of this fight at that point. 205 is not too bad on a level 1 Pierce card there, and we don't even have anything like super built up yet. He is going to cancel buffs and stuff like that a lot, and he's going to apply a lot of debuffs. So this is this move hurts a lot. This is why we're using Tarmiel to tank here, so that way we can actually get him to get some of his life back. But we don't have a good cleanse. Like, we don't have a level 2 heal card, so I'm gonna have to probably cleanse and heal. Then we'll maybe do this for a little bit of lifesteal maybe, and then I think we'll just go ahead and throw the other Pierce card out. Luckily, the fact that both of her cards are single target means that in phase 2 of each floor, we're going to be able to take off the stacks that the sort of tentacle humanoid thing has. Okay, 351. That's, I mean, you can see we're starting to kind of build things up a little bit here. Luckily, he's using the single target attack without me having debuffs on, so it's not going to do nearly as much, which is great. So that way we can actually survive some of this. Would have loved to have gotten maybe like a Tarmiel buff card or something like that, but it'll be alright. So let's go ahead and maybe try to heal up a little bit if possible. We can maybe throw that away. I think we should be able to kill with both of these, and then we can just go into this next phase with I don't know, a couple of Freyja cards if possible. I don't know. This we might end up trying to go for this as the level 3 card, but depending on card draw and everything, we do need to try. We don't necessarily have to remove the stacks on the boss here, but it is kind of helpful if we can do that. So let's go ahead and we'll buff up. We'll use this. We'll get Tarmiel's ultimate, and then I think we're actually going to get 2 ultimate move gauge on everybody. We'll just merge these for hand space a little bit, and we'll see how that goes. This should actually give us all 3 of these characters' ultimates, so that'll be pretty good. Typically, I mean, you can remove these stacks so that way you do more damage overall, but we can kind of use this phase to sort of prep a little bit, because in the next phase, if we do too much damage too early, it can be a very bad thing. So, I don't really want to use this cleanse, but if I'm going to use that ultimate, I kind of need him to. Well, I can just use this, actually. So let's do this, and then we'll just waste all of these. I'm not used to running this team as much, so apologies if some of this is a little wonky or not quite correct, but it is what it is. He is going to get his ultimate off here, which could be a bit troublesome. Maybe I should have buffed up for this. And because we only have a 1/6 Freyja, it's not going to be, like, insane. We do finally get an extra Freyja card. This is not looking great. This is going to hurt. Oh, he's dead. Yeah. Once he X-starts, it's basically GG at that point. I guess let me retry. Alrighty, we're back into phase 2 here. I'm going to go ahead and use these and run it like this. So I am doing quite a lot with these single target skills. I had to reset once again on phase 1, but yeah, I can completely see the appeal of using this unit so far, because honestly, these single target skills are absolutely insane. Like, actually really, really nice. So that is awesome. I'm not worried about using the Tarmiel card here. I might be able to kill. Let's go ahead and let's cleanse. Use this, and then maybe use this. That way those merge. Honestly, like, let's see this. 252 is not too bad. Obviously, the extra damage that goes off afterwards isn't going to be insane, because it's only a 1/6 ultimate, but, I mean, still, it does, like, good initial damage, and then a little bit extra isn't going to hurt anybody, of course. So that is honestly really nice. Okay, so we got to be a little careful here. I think we go for something like this. That way we have heal and everything like that. We use 2 level 2 cards. That will not get him below 30%. If you do get him below 30% on this phase, he basically just gains 2 of these, like, insanely strong attack-related stats buffs, and it can kind of go south real fast. So you got to be a little careful with that part. But we're basically going to 2-turn this phase really easily, because the bar goes down so much faster than it used to. I realized now that my camera is in the way a little bit. We'll move it a little bit to the side there, so that way you guys can see. But keep clicking on things on OBS. Here we go. So let's go for the big heal into the ultimate, into the ultimate, into the Freyja card here, which I guess technically I maybe should have used the Freyja cards just to show the damage and everything on them, but actually Margaret probably doesn't kill here. Yeah, because she's cringe. I don't know. I just can't pull extra copies of Margaret, but 280 is not bad at all. That's on the Exterminate card, which is pretty good. And pretty solid first run. Hey, got me a little red crystal there. Okay, let's move into floor 2. Alrighty, so floor 2 time. Let's go for... From my understanding, I think we need to push towards Elizabeth's ultimate on this one. So let's do... Oh, that... If you're unaware how this works, I cannot use that card because it's going to get rid of the immortality buff, and now he is basically unkillable. So, very bad on my part. Be right back. Okay, so as much as I don't really want to use the heal, we're going to use it anyway, so that way we can get our ultimate, because the ultimate's going to heal us anyway, so it's not like it's a pretty fair trade, to be honest. So let's go ahead and push her ultimate just in case, because the damage on this phase is, it can be a little bit much, so adding some extra corrosion stacks here. This move right here is the one that hurts. Yeah, that's kind of painful. Only problem is if you wait too long, he basically gains a buff, this one right here, where he's going to pretty much be doing a lot of, or he's going to gain HP back whenever you hit him. So I'm going to use both of these right here. That might be a little bit risky because we kind of want to have them for the next phase, but at the same time, it'll be nice to try to get as much HP down on him as possible before he starts to like heal a whole bunch of them back up. Those are really good hits, I've got to say. We have a level 2 Flood card in hand. We have another single target, which is nice. The biggest thing here being that I have to finish the fight off by taking the immortality away. So we have to use a remove buff card, which can be a little bit tricky because obviously Liz is not like the best DPS character you've ever seen, of course. So let's do this, and then this, and we'll see how that goes. Okay, pretty good. Gains a little bit of HP back. Margaret is just not it, man. I'm telling you. Yeah, that's not a kill. Let me retry one more time. This boss. I mean, I'm sorry. I'm not used to this team. Hopefully you guys understand that. But I just wanted to showcase the Freyja, man. I'm sorry. Alright, we're pretty much right back where we were. I have an extra Freyja card here, so I think what I'm going to do is... yeah, I think we'll use a Freyja card and then just do merges, and then we'll use the level 2 Liz to finish off here. That way we can get some good extra damage on the actual card itself to hopefully secure the kill here. So we do have a lot of corrosion stacks on, but there's not really anything I can do about that at the moment. So even if you get him down to completely like the lowest HP he can possibly be, I think he always ends up regenning that much back, if I'm not mistaken, pretty much. So luckily that is enough to kill. Very nice. Maybe should have merged the cards for the kill on, or for the ultimate on Liz here. We need a cleanse if possible. Okay, we do get a cleanse. We also get a heal, which is nice. So let's do that. Let's get these single targets off. It is going to infect us to remove the stances, but it's not really going to matter too much because they nerfed that part a little bit where it's only a red buff now, and it only lasts for 1 turn, which is also very, very nice. So just getting rid of some of these stacks is going to be very helpful for us doing more damage. You can see, I mean, just those 2 cards doing that much on phase 2 is actually pretty insane to me. This next phase, we just need to have some decent damage going into the phase, so that way we can keep him below 50% HP if possible. So I think what I'm going to do is use this. I kind of want to use this. Do we? I think let's do something like this, because even if we don't kill this turn, we can remove the stance that he's about to put up next turn, and we can try to set up for more damage, try to push for more ultimates and stuff like that, so we have them going into the next one. So 336 there is not bad at all. This is not going to be crazy. Okay, it actually did the same amount of damage. I think that might be damage cap. Not 100% sure on that. A little bit of a tick of damage from the Abyss there, which is not too bad. I really want to avoid using this card if I can. So let's maybe... I guess I could push for ultimate instead. Like I could push this, and then kill, hopefully. If that will kill, hopefully. And then we can maybe... Let's move these to get closer to Elizabeth's ultimate. Okay, so we kill. No big issues there. And then, like I said, for this phase, we basically just have to keep him below 50% HP for the entirety of this part, so that way we can actually like remove parts of his immortality gauge. So let's cleanse. Let's go ahead and use both ultimates here, and then I'm gonna use. I'm pretty confident in the. Well, I don't know. I'm not super confident in the 1/6. We're gonna use the Freyja card just in case, but that might be overkill. I'm not 100% sure yet. Because this is ult 6/6, 300k, it's not too crazy. Okay, 472 on that is really good. And then that brought him down a pretty good chunk as well. So it wasn't... It was a little bit of overkill, maybe, but at the same time, it's not too bad. We do pull an extra card. We need to get Elizabeth's ultimate, so that way we're not, you know, taking too much damage from these corrosion stacks if possible, while also keeping some consistent damage on the enemy. So, let's remove some of those stacks. Let's maybe push for Tarmiel's ultimate, because we can just use those cards to get some decent damage off. I can use the ultimate, use the Liz ultimate to get him some more gauge. So we bring him down to 0 HP, but it doesn't matter because we have to get his immortality gauge down. Obviously, you can see it going down by 33-ish% each turn. So, not too bad there. The only issue being I can't kill this turn. Ideally, you would want to make sure that the heal is the last thing that you do. Or like your full HP whenever you finish the phase, but he is ulting here as well, which is a bit concerning to me. So let's go for the ult. And then maybe just get rid of some of these cards out of hand, if possible. Not super happy with this at the moment. We're up, like, if I would have had better card draw, like a cleanse would have been great, so that way I didn't have to feel forced to heal. Or if I had like a level 2 heal card, that could have cleansed and healed me up a little bit while also keeping the ultimate. Obviously, there's just a couple of RNG factors that could be kind of... you know, different here or there. We don't have any ult gauge removal. That's one of the reasons why you would maybe want to use Elat instead. But I don't really like the Elat. I don't know. It's the same scenario with Freyja where I don't like the fact that she doesn't have a passive, and Elat also doesn't have a passive. So even though this run has kind of been destroyed a little bit, we should still be in a fairly good position here because we have these level 2 cards that should hopefully deal really good damage. But obviously, my characters are insanely low HP, so not really that ideal for this scenario, but we should still kill. Level 2 Pierce card. 543 is not bad at all, and then a level 2 Exterminate card does 543. So, looking pretty good overall. I mean, hey, honestly, not too bad. Relatively quick if you're if you have this sort of setup already going. Obviously, one of the biggest things is you need to have the Freyja relic, which can be troublesome to get, of course, but not necessarily the greatest run of all time by any means. But I just wanted to do the first 2 floors at the very least to try to get a feel for the character. I think she does really well. I think that she does a lot of damage. I think that's basically what you're looking for, especially if you're not using the Mael. Because obviously I think Mael is kind of helping you deal damage. If you have him on high ult level, he can kind of help reduce damage to your team with those debuffs and everything. But overall, I would say pretty solid. I mean, I don't know that I would go out of my way to do or to get this character realistically, because at the end of the day, I like using the Red Freyja more because the not the unknown team, but the Ragnarok team that's doing really well in Nidhoggr right now. I think I've already done a showcase on that a couple of days ago, or maybe last week or something like that. It was really, really good. I used it this week, and the run was smooth as butter. I beat all 3 floors. I think first try, I maybe had to reset like 1 time, but beating all 3 floors that easily was like great. It was fantastic. So I think that team might be a little bit more worth investing into. But I mean, if you want to just be like super 100% sure that the meta isn't going to just require her in the future, I guess you could grab a copy. But just know there's a festival right around the corner. So that's pretty much it. Let me know your thoughts and opinions on the character. Obviously, I would love to hear from you guys. So that's it for me. Thank you guys so much for watching. Feel free to subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.